Okay, so I'm going to pick up a new machine for the collection and probably reveal it on the same day. And I wonder what it is. Shh. Spoilers. You're watching Florence Ballard A3060 on film.
Florence Ballard A3060.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Florence Ballard A3060 here, and I hope you enjoy what we've got in stock for today's video.
So back home, she's all cleaned up, done a maintenance wash, partially descaled as much as we can, including having rubbed some of this on the door. But the London water here, so she was from Surrey. If anyone was on Gumtree, they probably already know what machine it was if they actually saw this. I have been after one of these for God alone knows how many years, but decades probably actually. Well, not as long as the A3060, but roughly around I sort of think 2010 was probably the first time I wanted one of these. I've never seen one in my life in person until actually now. I've seen a different version of them, and I've seen them rebadged by another brand, but not what it is in like made by another brand. I don't know if you can call it rebadged. You probably guys have no clue, but I mean, I don't know. Makes a lot of sense what it could be. Anyway, I've just realised I've got a Next towel covering her up. Now that probably gives nothing away. So, should we see what I've been hiding? It's not too much of an exciting video because it's just, what I'm doing now is I'm realising that I'm getting so many new machines. I'm only going to keep one for like 9,000 subscribers. Anything else to sort of reveal it as we go along. Because I was going to originally take this up to my new place and then go reveal it there, but I thought, we got it here, I want to use it because I absolutely love these machines. And you're probably thinking, what is it? I know what everyone's going. Hotpoint, Hoover, what other brands I've brought up? Creeder. You probably could be right, actually. There might be a model of a Hotpoint WM or a 9.5 that you guys didn't know I liked, or I can tell you what it is not. It is not a WMA64. And it's not a WD-440. The only reason I tell you that, because a WMA64 is never going to be revealed like this. A WMA64 will be revealed unboxing. Somehow we'll make this happen. A WD-440 cannot happen until I get a WMA64. So you can only guess it will be that, or any form of WMAs or whatever, until after. But that leaves a massive possibility. What else it could be? Oh my god, it is so hot. When I cleaned this machine, my face was literally running with sweat. Okay. So I'm going to keep waffling on. We're going to get on and reveal what this machine could be. I don't think... Well, no, I actually have spoken about these, so this is what makes it more interesting when I say that, because everyone's like, what has he been speaking about? I mean, I surprise people because the next thing I pull out is like someone I pulled out an LG Direct Drive. The last revealing video I kind of did was the Hotpoint dishwasher, but the WD-64 was the best one I remember doing. That was my favourite one to reveal besides the A3060. Because the A3060 I didn't actually properly reveal, it was just someone called it out in a video that I did with the spin dryer here, and I purposely did that so people would see it. Right, anyway, I need to shut up, let's get on with this. So you can start rolling your guesses in. Let me just make sure I've got the camera charging. No, he has not got the camera charging. This camera's been worked hard. It filmed the insert, and Keris Sarah Lock has poked me, you stupid. We poked each other 153 times. Anyway, so this machine is one I have wanted for a while. Actually, I'm going to wait for Mum to be available and I'll reveal it. Alright guys, so it is time to reveal another machine on the channel. And the reason I'm not doing this as a special subscribers video or whatever is because there's just too many new machines coming on the channel. I've got, including this one, I've got 3 at the moment. So I've got one lined up for 9,000 subscribers, and then the other 2 are just going to be revealed at random dates. I thought I'd reveal this here rather than take this to my new place because the machine was here and I can't hide it from you forever, guys. So there's a load of guesses as to what this could be. I know that you guys are putting it in the chat right now, the live premiere chat. You're going to be going all Hotpoint, Hoover, Service. It's going to be, you know, probably thinking, I don't know what other brands people know I like. What else have I got in my collection? Yeah, Hoover, Hotpoint.
Fisher Paykel.
Well, it wouldn't be Fisher. It wouldn't be Fisher. Well, there is a Fisher and Paykel outside, but it's going to Doran's because it's not a collection machine. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I like this machine. I think I've mentioned them to others. I've never seen one of these in person until now. I've seen a different version of them, and I have seen a rebadged version, meaning they were badged by another brand in a different style. Also, it's the hottest. It's like the hottest day of the year and the longest day of the year this year. So at the moment, so I'm absolutely sweating in here. So guys, There's no visual clues as to what that could be. I mean, it could be anything. It could be silver, grey, blue. It could even be there were blue machines. So, a few collectors have had one of these. I think one or two of them still have one. I think John's got one of these, so that might get some bells ringing, thinking, oh, it could be one of these. But then again, he's got a lot of machines that I don't have, so who knows? It could be a Hot Point 95 series. It could be a Hoover. It could be something you totally don't expect. I mean, you guys remember time I pulled out an LG Direct Drive here, and I said that I hate modern machines, which that never happened again. But anyway, so I don't know if Mom ever remembers these machines, but here we go. This machine, as I'm going to tell you, you got one clue here. You could say it makes a lot of sense as to why I got this machine. That should get a few bells ringing there. Like, what machine would that be? And the answer is, it is. There we go. Now, many of you are thinking, I never knew he liked these machines. Yes. This is an Indesit EcoSense model. Well, it says 1196W, but its full model number is WN1196WG Omega 1100. This is from the 90s. This is when Indesit were worth buying, and they made proper machines. So these ran from 1991 to 1995. This is the second from top of the line model. They did a 1200 version of these, which was the 1296W, which I also wanted one of those, but this is what pops up. It was free, and I was expecting it to be something wrong with the bearings or whatnot, but it turned out absolutely perfect. The only little minor defect is that the door seal rubs on the drum a little bit while the machine's spinning. I can't do anything about it. I've just got to let the machine wear down, and maybe I'll replace it soon at some point. So I did see the round door versions where the drawer was this side and the dial was over here. My dad had the 850W, which was the basic 800 model they did. And one of our family friends we had did have I know I pronounced the brand wrong, it was Bowmatic, but I always call them Bowmatic, BW1000, which had 3 dials. And rather than this flat bit at the bottom, they had a kick strip that was angled down and a square filter, and this door was kind of flush with the machine, it wasn't sticking out. I just remember being obsessed by the pump sound of it and the way it was spinning. And I love this unique design of the way the lid curves around, and you've got this, yeah. So this is that drawer that they have pretty much never changed since, I don't know if it was since this range, but this is kind of similar to the layout we have nowadays. In fact, I don't know the exact date of this, but if you look outside, show the camera there, that's what Indesit are now. They've gone from this to that. So, yeah. So it's kind of ironic that I got an Indesit as a temporary machine out there, and now I've got one for the collection. So yeah, I've always wanted one of these. These were then replaced by the round door ones, which had the door handle at this angle, and that's when they put the spin speeds up to 1400 with those. So we're going to run a load of towels on program 1, 90 degrees Celsius with pre-wash. I think this is one of the first vintage machines to do 90 rather than 95. And it does hit 90 bang on. I have run a maintenance wash in this. The drum looks tiny, but it fits a lot in there. And I'll tell you one thing, unlike normal modern Indesits, the motor is a lot quieter. It makes a nice humming sound while it's washing, and then the spin speed is the same sound as normal Indesit. In fact, it's got an Indesco motor rather than a Nidec or CE set one. And unlike the Whirlpool programming one out there, this absolutely wastes no time getting into spin. It literally is one click and the machine is straight to 600, and it just goes straight up to top speed in like one go. I have known since the story I remember my dad's one he had, it used to literally shake the kitchen to bits when it was on spin. So these were known for jumping around a lot. I can't say how that's going to behave with a full load of towels, but we'll see. So, Mum's been a good camera woman.
My arms are aching.
There we go, she's getting strong. So, I won't waffle on for too long. This is the introduction. There isn't too much of a backstory to these machines, just the fact is I've always wanted one, and I finally secured one. In fact, it's the first machine I have from the 1990s as a front loader. So I've got one from every decade from the 70s now I have. So yeah, and there will be another one of these. I will try and get a similar one, maybe a non-EcoSense model. And there we go. Do you ever remember these? You don't remember ever seeing any of these?
No.
No, okay.
Go with the flow.
That's not ending. A fun fact about these machines. I almost got one. Several times I've nearly got one, and I've just never been able to get it. One popped up in Harrow in North London, and it was the 1296W. But when I went to view it, the listing disappeared, and it was like they wanted like £80 for it, which I thought, you know, bit of a rip-off, but not £80. No, they wanted something like 150 for it. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a machine from my collection, I'll pay anything if I really want it. But I thought, let's not be silly. Right, so I'm not going to throw in the scent boosters for these because they'll get washed into the drum. What do I want with this? Do I want a colour on sheet? Yes, I do. I absolutely, most definitely need one. These are brilliant machines though. I mean, some collectors don't think they're good. As I say, everyone's got their own view on stuff. There's stuff that I don't think is good that collectors think is absolutely amazing. I'm one of the few people that actually like the idea of people being different. Like if someone turned around to me and said this machine's absolute rubbish, I'd be like, well, that's your opinion, you've obviously had a bad experience with them. To me, they're just, I don't get vintage machines often for the performance, I just get them because they're absolute fun. And I love these machines, they're a bit of my childhood to me. Because I remember these being around in a lot of homes. Especially the old Indesit logo. Right. And I hope you like the fact we've done a little bit of a new intro for the introducing myself part of the channel. I've been wanting to change that for ages. Right, here we go. Colour on sheet. Let's see how much. I know we can get all this in because I tried it. So, large bar sheet. The inside of this machine is still warm. So that's quite a solid suspension that's got. Yeah, I'll put that in. Being a washing machine only, we can fill her up, but we want to still leave some room for stuff to tumble because I want to get a good. There we go. Perfect. I just love this design. It's just, and it's like a mouth. So all of that in there is not dirt. That is heavily corroded with lime scales. Even though she is a hot and cold fill. Yeah, so it slides out. Maybe he had it only on cold. A little bit in there and then a bit clumped up. So it's been fun getting machines, but it's nice to now have. We're going to keep this in until I next go to the new place, and then voila, we will go from there, take her in, and she can sit amongst the next crew. But yeah, hopefully 9,000 subs will be the next thing I do. I'm going to really look forward to that. So this is for bleach there, and that's for conditioner there. That's why it's A, that says there, additives. And that will go in here. Well, no, it's actually for the same. Bit weird why you got that. Actually, no, it's for the same. I don't know. I never had one of these. Right, this I have missed the sound of a clunky dial, and I remember how specific you had to be with these. So we want this to be on program 1. Oh, that's just so satisfying. And look, I remember this happening as a kid when I used to turn the dial on that Bowmatic one. You turn it and go, oh, then you have to go all the way around again. Oh, lined up. None of the options. So watch this, right? So we've got the progress light's kind of annoying when it's on, hot filling, emptying, so that's whenever the machine pumps out, that's going to light up, heating and door light. There's no rinse and final spin on this, like that kind of annoys me. A bit like the service Quartzes had that. They had rinses, but none of the spins. Anyway. I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. I don't know how long it's going to take. I may advance the machine through the part program if it gets too late. And then this will be tumble dry tomorrow. When I'm telling you this machine rockets into spin like a vintage hot one. There's no like little pulse to distribute, none of this little check below. This does do the traditional Indesit balancing. These were the first machines to incorporate it, where the machine flings the load back around. So we're filling with cold water, a pre-wash. Just check that as well. Yep, pre-wash going in. So so hot today. It is, like, it's lovely, but look at that decent water level we got. It's weird to be filming one of these. So Bowmatic do an integrated version like this, but yet it's got nothing to do with Indesit. Hear the hum of that motor. It's not like a... It's like a nice humming noise. And the sound of the timer running. Let's do a spin off the pre-wash. So we're heating straight away. We're doing the short heating tumbles. Oh yeah, so hang on, let me show you this. So look at the indicator lights. See, lights up for heating, and when the machine goes into drain, that will light up. That should light up on the main wash. I'm glad to be... I've got a proper Indesit now. So yeah, the other one's for sale. You like tumbling nicely. Right, we're going into distribution drain now. There we are. I'm mute you unless you want to be in the background of my YouTube video. I say I'm putting you lower unless you're happy to be commentary in the background of my YouTube video. Oh god, what? Okay. We have Charlotte Poppy here.
Hi! I used to have a channel.
Oh, I wish you still had one. There's that beautiful chug that I remember my family friend's one doing. So she's an anti-clockwise machine. This is where we know the suspension's bad. Someone's beeping, that's what I'll... Yeah, go on. This is my friend, well, she likes to be called Lottie, guys, but I call her Charlotte Poppy. She's going to commentate.
Hi, I used to have a shop. It got deleted after, as a no.
Oh, hang on, somebody clipped. Oh. Oh, look at that suds lock. Told you guys, these Indesit machines like to suds lock, and they don't wimp out like of it, unlike the modern versions. So that was 600 RPM we just did. Look how quickly that accelerates. These old Indisco motors don't muck around. That's surprisingly balanced.
It's incredible.
There we go. Look at that, she's fighting it. And the motor is not loud and whiny like. That's it. That's called the suds lock. See, doesn't. So that's 600 RPM we'll do on that one. And that's it. We cleared it. Look at that. Doesn't muck around doing all these like slow spins like the other one does. No hate to modern Indesit fans, I'm just saying that I don't like modern machines, so... Well, I do have to come up with a name for this machine, because all my machines get their own names, so... We should call this one Charlotte Poppy.
Seriously?
We should call her that, we should call her Charlotte Poppy. She's been reincarnated into a... There we go, finally, we've got Charlotte... Okay guys, the name of this machine is Charlotte Poppy. Oh. thought you weren't Charlotte properly.
Yeah. Wait, is this actually going to be like in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, that's my camera. I still use a camcorder. I don't use a phone for filming. That is so...
That's pretty cool, actually. So my voice is in the video.
Yeah.
That's amazing, actually.
Should I give them your edit account?
Huh?
Should I give them your edit account, or do you not want anyone to know about that?
No, don't.
Okay.
Please.
That's alright, no one knows about it.
No one can ever find out again.
There you go, guys. I also said that when the machine's got the pump enabled, the emptying light comes on. That's it, so it lets you know when the pump's on. That's a long spin for a pre-wash spin, that is. And this machine does a spin fill, so when the machine starts to slow down, there we are, and the lights come on for hot filling, because we're now filling with hot water. I'm in love with this machine so much. She's not going to take the place of my favourite machine in my collection. That's she's not taking place of the A3060, but she's brilliant.
Very cool washing machine.
Oh,
I'm loving it.
I'll come back to you guys when the machine's filled. We're filling for the main wash now, and there's actually steam coming out the drawer as well as water vapour. So if you see any water dripping out the drawer, the machine's not leaking. It's just water vapour. Well, this machine's done 2 boil washes in one day. That's going to be very clean. Wait, I don't know what washing machine you have at home.
I think it says Beko on it.
Oh, Beko.
Yeah, Beko.
They're actually alright, people.
I don't know anything about washing machines. So
They're made in...
it's special.
They're made by Arcelic, and I think they're from... I think they're made in Turkey, I think they're made.
Turkey?
There you go, guys. That was when washing machines actually used water you could see. They don't... That's going to make a...
Do they not use water anymore?
No, they do, but they use such little water now. I mean, it's all about this, like, eco-friendly stuff.
Oh.
So that's why... Here we go. I love the sound of that motor. It's just so nice on these. And that's the timer that you can hear. That's the sound of an analog timer on these. Oh, we're heating immediately, and I believe the heating on this is... I need to check the rating sticker. I think it's 2,100 watt on these, because the wattage on the meter is showing... Oh, it's showing 2,442. Oh, it's still filling. We're topping up because the towels have absorbed. That's my favourite wash load to do, is a towel wash. It creates the most drama when you wash towels.
I think it's beautiful, honestly.
There you go, look guys, someone's complimenting who isn't a washing machine collector, so that's saying something.
Wait, are you still like filming the video?
I film parts of it, yeah, and then like I'm just getting the part of the main wash, getting the heating, and then I'll get when we've heated to 90 degrees. So this video is the machine being revealed for the first time. So like in a previous video, I've hinted about getting a new machine, and I leave people to like guess what it's going to be. And then everyone starts joining, but it will be on like a live premiere where like the video premieres, and then... Oh, you asked me who's Florence Ballard, you said?
Yeah.
So, she's a member of a group from the 1960s called The Supremes, they're called. If you know any of their music, there's like Stop in the Name of Love, Baby Love, all those songs they were in. Like, if you know Diana Ross...
Yes, I know her.
Oh, I hate everyone knows her. Yeah, no, literally, yeah. So she was from a group in the 60s called the Supremes, and I love all that old music, but I sort of took more of a liking to Florence, who was like, she's the founder of the group. She was the original lead singer. She had a very, very troubled life in the Supremes. So like she became sort of like an icon, something like an idol. So when I renamed my channel, I wanted it to be like two things I love the most. I thought, well, my favourite washing machine at the time that I always wanted was the Hoover A3060, which is why you've got that in my name. And I thought, name it about like Motown. And that's what I did. So I had Florence Ballard A3060 and now it's just stuck. And then in 2018 I finally found the A3060, so it's like, that machine has now been called Florence, I call her. So it's like, yeah. That's already nice and hot.
Honestly, the most heartwarming story ever.
It's like, there's always a deep name for why I give names to like my machines. They're all like, got me named after something important. So, that's why this one's named after you.
Oh, thank you.
Charlotte.
Oh.
It's because of the way you wrote it on your page. It was just like, it was quite funny.
It's because like Charlotte Poppy was already like taken username, so it had to be like Charlotte.Poppy
But,
or something.
yeah, no, I was on about how you wrote in your full name on your other account. Like, it was quite funny. Okay guys, we finished heating. The machine states 90 degrees, but we're going to get a true reading of this. So we've got 85 here. We're going to say that that's going to hit about 87, 88, so that's not bad considering that's only 2 degrees off the mark. Pretty much not all machines do heat to their temperature. In fact, it could be because the heating element is covered in limescale. Maybe that still needs to break off with my amount of usage. That will dissolve. Oh, we've clicked on. We are now on. It's now progressed to program 3, which is fast coloured 60, and that will do a heat. What was that? We are back to heating. So heating elements come back on. So we are now on the heat retaining stage. Well, it says heat. Actually, the heating light is on, but the element is not powered. So we are at temperature. I can't tell you guys how hot this kitchen is right now with this machine on. And you can see the machine's doing shorter tumbles. We are on the heating tumbles. So the machine will do the heating tumbles, but not heat unless the thermostat tells the machine it's not at the temperature. We're on to the cool down shuttle rinse, and this is where the machine feels ridiculously high. This does really high water levels. Not on this one, I mean, yeah, there's this one here. We're already at full, but the rinses are crazy. Look, automaticwasher.org. I'm looking at some of these. They did a brown version, but never on this one. I would like one of the, here's one of the instances I like, the Prestige line models. Or a Series 2000. There you go, there's actually a brown version of it though. Nah. Ah, 1290W I think was the one. EcoSense. And the first drain is a static drain, and we tumble. Here's the drain. This drains incredibly quick as well. Let's have a look. Look. Hang on. See, look how quick that's emptying. Now, you do get a little bit of standing water in the seals on these. They're a very noisy pump. Once the pump climbs down there. filling for the first rinse now. The first rinse is a bit weird on this, what it does, I think. It's very, what is it? It's, one of the rinses is really short, and we fill it all the way up, and then we do a tumble and we're going to distribute. Look how quickly we also fill as well. See? That's what I love. It's got such a good sound and filling. She has. So she's called Charlotte Poppy, after a really good friend I have, that's who you heard speaking on the phone. Yeah, look at this. So she's going to give Florence a run for her money when it comes to the water levels. Look at that. I think we spin after the second and third rinse. Look at that water level. Isn't that crazy? I don't feel the heat from this anymore now. And the rinses are only about 3 minutes long, so they're quite quick. We do 4 deep level rinses, so this is, yeah, very deep level rinse. One user who did film one of these and really got me into liking it was, I don't know if he's going to, I think his name's George, I Love Mila one. I don't think he's going to view this or hear this, but if you do, mate, I haven't spoken to you really, and I know some of our conversations were a bit heated before, but I really love your videos, and I love the fact you filmed the 1296W, because you actually made me discover what my favourite Indocent machine is. So one for you, I never would have gotten to know what one of these were like, and now I know why the shock absorber sound is so bad on that. It is because they have that wire type one. The same type that Maloney Service used, actually. But yeah, I'm glad you filmed one of those because I really like them. There was a while ago a 1263W that I could have got. Right, draining, no intermediate spin. I don't think, let me have a look. No. So we otherwise I would have flung into a distribution drain. So this is just a... See, we hurry through the rinses, which is good. Ain't that funny? I filmed a modern insert, picked up a vintage insert, cleaned it out, filmed the first wash. I'm going to enjoy using this machine now, I'm telling you. I'm going to use it like a daily, I'm going to use it like a daily driver. So Charlotte Poppy, or Poppy we can call her, but Charlotte Poppy we'll call her. To a double name. Charlotte Poppy. Put it on the day. So the machine's still getting off heat at the top, but the whole machine herself is like, pump's a bit noisy, I might need to clean that out a bit better. When I got the cut machine out of the car, it started dripping with rain. I thought, I don't want that to happen. I can't wait for spins. There we are, filling up. It's perfect level for towels. And intermediate spins are 600 RPM, but we do a few pulse spin, like bursts. Look at the air bubbles there. There we go. So the motor's a nice humming sound you get. I see some of these do short heating tumbles on the rinse, so this is good. go. Drain and rinse the distribution. Here we go. Look at this. Straight into it. Nice fast distribution. She's an anti-clockwise model too. That pump takes no prisoners. I don't know how good we'll do for balancing. I'll move this back, you can probably see the... No, this isn't a washer dryer because it means it gets just swung. Yeah. I'll do another load of this tomorrow, I think, in the morning. Here we go. Look at that! Almost stops. That's because the subslot. That was powerful, that spin. Gives enough time to pump out. Not on balance either. Good. Shaking a bit though. Look at that, that's awesome. Pumps out really quick. The drain hose is about as wide as the Creeder, so washer dryer was. Really good. You know. It's like 600. Not even that loud. Let's see how much it's actually shaking. Nice. Good amount of shake. Nice. And we do a spin fill as well. Nice long duration. Eventually I'll check, when I take this machine apart, I'll check the brushes and everything. I love the door shapes. We've got a vintage anti-clockwise machine now. I'm so happy I got one of these. Nice long spin we do. Yeah, see? Spin fill. I like machines that do that. It's the only machine in my collection that does do a spin fill. I've got the Hoover A3060 does. Right, filling for the third rinse now. Let me have a look at that. Yeah, third rinse, and then program 6 is actually fabric conditioner rinse. Oh mate, this is the one machine that fills the quickest. really good rinse levels. And the good thing with the spin filter, it helps absorb some of the water while slowing down. I need to get on with a Bowmatic BWM1000 now. See, when I went to Australia, we nearly filmed a higher XQG50-11 there, or 50-2, whatever he has. But bloody made me jump at it when I kicked into the drain. Here we go. This is the second and final intermediate spin. Oh, we're unbalanced. Oh, not anymore, we're not. Hang on, she might. Oh no, don't get caught in the door sill. Right, hang on, this machine might do the balancing. It would be fun if this machine did do that. She'll sort herself out, a little sponge thing. That light is the thing on my phone. I hope we'll start chugging. Nice and balanced. Long distribute though. Not too long. I like that little increase we do in speed before we go into spin. Long. Here we are. That chug is what I remember our friends Bowmatic doing. Really? Laundry Lab 2005. I'm watching one of the two the extra videos. So there's Honda room. Should be. Yep, that's your conditioner room. Alright, we're filling up. Almost filled to the orange. See the towels are absorbing in. Same rinse level though. That was the spin that I was watching from Laundry Lad 2005. What was his name again? No, look, see. Suspension is solid on this machine too. I mean, yeah, of course there'll be a little bit of creaks and groans and a bit of knocking from them. I mean, the machine is almost, the machine's 25 years old and pretty much everything's. He said the only thing he had to ever replace on it was, I think, the valves or something like that. I don't know. But apart from that, he said the machine's pretty much original, so it's been she's been well looked after. And for the final spin at 1100. Here we go. Jeez. Right, final spin at 1100. Please don't cover the back of the drum. How quick that's into distribution. That's going to be balanced nice and smooth, I think. Hold on, Charlotte, Poppy, get rid of it. Oh yes, we see the back of the drum. That's Charlotte. Nice balance spin as well. This final spin of this is fantastic. That's how I remember that Bowmatic. What the fuck? I'm sure I've got a photo of it. As in the one I found on Marketplace. Ah, yeah. This is what it looked like. It looked like that. won't distribute, but we'll get there. So 206 in reverse. I'm trying to think of that Bowmatic. It might have been like an MFI exclusive or something. But the funny thing is, the instruction manual for it is in Polish. They are. I'll get ready for it. I like the fact we do these little pulse spins for like little bursts. See that? Brace yourselves. We loaded this machine perfectly. Enough to have a bit of a bit of shimming and vibration, but not madly out of balance. The shock absorbers. RPM, that's full speed. 3 down smooth. I'll show you this. I mean, yeah, a little bit of vibration. But actually really quiet. The thing is, it doesn't even, she doesn't seem like she is at 1100. That's a little stage there for full spin. Right. So we'll listen outside the room, shall we? Look. Not actually that loud at all. That's pretty quiet. To be fair. That's actually pretty quiet. Like, it seems like the machine wants to go faster. Should you have a bit of a play with the variable spin? Hang on. Well, not variable spin, the spin button. So 600 to 1100. machine sits at 2 minutes before we unlock. Might need to put a bit of oil on the shocks, but they're fine, I mean, God. There's the money shot there, everything stuck to the side, look at that. We're all done, so I'll switch the machine off. The only grouch I have is that these always have standing water right where the door is. And that's why I've realised that there's a problem with these, it's the only flaw with these inserts, so I'm going to put that there because it'll catch. It's because the door seal tilts, the door seal tilts like forward in a way. But anyway, there we are. Right, let's have a look, shall we? No water in the conditioner drawer either. Door opens 180 degrees. Right, let's have a look and see what Charlotte Poppy's done for us. So we'll start around the side, and wow, so that's really impressively dry. That is actually, because we at fast acceleration, and we spent about I think 3 minutes at 1100 or so. What we did, 3 or 4 minutes. That was a smooth spin too. Yeah, I think I'm going to start using other detergents in my machines now. Obviously not liquid, but you know what I mean. That's a lot we fit in there. Yeah. Yeah, look, the suspension, I mean, even that doesn't have too much movement. Back and forth. Well guys, here she is. The brand new, well, say, the new addition to the collection. An Indesit 1196, well, Indesit WN 1196WG EcoSense Amiga 1100 from 1990. I like to say 1995 for this. It's when the EcoSense models were, and then the rounder ones took over from 95 to 97. They did. Well impressed, and I'm so happy I finally found one of these. I think this year and last year has been the year that I've started finding what I really want for this collection. So this is one of 3 new machines to the collection to reveal. This one's been done. The other 2 are going to be part of, well, one's going to be for 9,000 subscribers, and the other one is just going to be do on a whim. But yeah, I've now got an Indesit in my collection. Something I've really wanted. Let's hope I can find the Bowmatic one at some point. If anyone does see one, let me know. And it's not the integrated version, it's a freestanding one just like this. Probably going to do another wash and earth tomorrow. And at least now, that's stopped the thing rubbing against the drum. Right, thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.